Welcome back to Awful Movie Reviews.
Oh yeah, I read about that in the newspaper.
The winter season is approaching, and what better way to celebrate it than to review a bad movie set during the winter time, or at least claims to be set during that season. This is Winterbeast, one of the strangest bad movies I've ever seen. This is top tier garbage, I'm warning you.
Check this one out.
But just before we get going, if there's a bad movie you'd like me to review, just leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to never miss out on another bad movie review every Friday and cult horror movie review every Tuesday.
Okay, but let's keep this between you and I until further notice.
We meet a group of bumbling fools led by this mountain ranger called Bill, who has the special ability to change mustaches whenever he wants. Seriously, how is he doing this?
Yeah, well this is serious, and I mean it.
They're all baffled one day when they find skeletons tied up to a Native American totem, but what they discover later is even more terrifying, as an ancient Native Indian curse has been used to summon up a variety of different monsters and demons from hell. Now, to get one thing out of the way, the story actually sounds interesting. It's a classic horror setup, but when it's done right, it can be really good. Here, it's a blizzard of doo-doo. I can't stress this enough, but Winterbeast is a pile of utter dog shit.
Whoa, well I'm sorry, not everybody's as sophisticated as you are.
It looks like if it was made by a group of amateur high school students. I can't even begin to describe how awful, how horrendous, how shamefully bad the actors were. But good news, at least they did all their own stunts. Rest assured, no bad actors were harmed during the making of this movie.
Oh, I see. You're one of those funny guys.
There's also the microphone quality, which is awful, and makes me wonder if they had a microphone to work with at all. The sound and the quality of the dialogue never stays the same. It can vary from scene to scene. It ranges from bad to barely audible. It's so awkward. Winterbeast is also a hard movie to get your hands on. The only copy I could find on the internet has got the sound and the music mixed like crap. When the characters talk too loud, it makes this really annoying screeching sound, and the theme song at the beginning sounds like if someone made a song using a bad audio plugin that you'd have to download yourself off of some bootlegged website. In other words, it's just terrible.
Maybe we should get out of here while we still can.
To be honest, the stop motion effects are the best thing about this awful movie, but even they are pretty low grade, even for B-movie standards. It reminds me a lot of what I said about the effects in Equinox. They look way too ropey and cartoonish.
I still don't like it.
Following the story, there's this miserable old geyser who refuses to close down his lodge in the mountains after that series of killings occurred. And haha, what would you know? He was the one behind it all along. He was the one who used that ancient curse to summon up the demons. But by this point, the film takes a turn that I was not expecting one bit. We get this scene where the old man puts on a clown mask, starts prancing around like an idiot, and talking to the dead bodies of his relatives that he keeps in his basement. Is this fucking Norman Bates back after all these years?
You've known all along.
I was wondering what were the motives of this guy, and just when we were about to get an explanation for this cockamamie incident... Oh well, there goes my answer. Just my luck, I guess. The reason why this lurid stinker is so disjointed and messy is because the original production actually began back in 1985 and went until 1989. The producer of the movie then walked out on the project only to revisit it in the early 90s. He shot some additional footage on a 16mm and on a Super 8 camera, which would explain why it looks so bad. And that's when this disaster piece would see the light of day. Honestly, I would be interested to see a Winterbeast remake, but done by a studio with actual money, competent actors and directors, and a story which actually makes a bit of sense. And then get rid of every copy of the original so that no one has to ever endure the pain of watching this abomination ever again. What an awful movie!